Okay, guys, two things. All you guys that brag on them doggone GMC and Chevy pickup trucks, I'm trying to get the smoke out of the video. All of you. My son owns a 2012 GMC Sierra four-door, four-wheel drive. He moved from Ohio to Pennsylvania. All he's trying to do is get it plated in Pennsylvania instead of Ohio. Well, in order for him to pass an inspection over there, or they got to go through an inspection over there like you wouldn't believe. So far, in order to get this GMC to pass an inspection in Ohio or in Pennsylvania, now listen, folks, it's a 2012, but it's only got 48,000 miles on it. This is what he has to do to it. He's got to put a new set of tires on it, new brakes front and rear, and so far $500 worth of welding on the frame because there was holes rusted through the frame. Now it's a box frame and all, but there was still holes, big holes rusted all the way through the frame. Not all the way through, but one side of the frame. Actually, all the main holes were on the inside of the frame. You couldn't see it if you just laid down and kind of looked up at the frame. You couldn't see it. You had to get it up in the air and get under it and look at it from the middle, looking out, and you could see big holes, big enough to stick my hand in. But we're not through yet. He still hasn't gotten it plated or gotten it transferred. So we're gonna see what all entails of just moving from Ohio to Pennsylvania on just your vehicles. Now he's lived over there before, and he bitched all the time, man. He'd buy a brand new set of. They'd tell him you gotta put a new set of tires on it. The next year he'd go to do his get it inspected again, and they're telling him he'd have to go get another set of tires put on it. I'm like, that's the biggest damn scam I ever heard in my life, and that's all it is, folks. Because he can drive 30 minutes, he could live 30 minutes from where he's at now, west of there, and in Ohio, he could drive that truck for the rest of his life, and nobody cares how bad that frame's rusted out. That's a fact. Now, the second thing I want to talk about. Now, first off, he bought this Chevy or this GMC. He had a XJ just like mine, but we found when we got his, there was absolutely no rust nowhere on it. It had, I believe, about a 6-inch lift on it. It had the tires and rims that are on mine on it. It had all kinds of work, people. It had the slip yoke eliminator in it. There was all kinds of work done to this truck when he bought it, before he bought it, and it was perfect. It was perfect, best looking one around here, and it got totaled. But he took the money that he got off of the Jeep. He gave me the tires and the rims off of it. But and we took my stock rims that were on this and put it on his Jeep after they totaled it. Got these off of it. That's how I got them. But he took that money and bought this Sierra. And there's somebody else I know that wrecked a Jeep. I can't remember who it was, but they wrecked a Jeep and bought a Chevrolet truck, 4-wheel drive. Anyway, let's see. Oh, the other thing. People let me know what words I'm allowed to use around them. I do my last video and lose 2 subs. I don't know which of the words, if it was using the word old, fat, punk ass 16 to 30-year-old kids. I don't know which one of those words that I used in that video that they didn't like, but they sure as heck unsubbed me. They showed me. Now, I don't know if any of the rest of you realize it, but we're in America, right? I'm going to say what I want. You don't have to. Now, I tried to party it up. There's some things you just can't party up. And being overweight, folks, I'm sorry, it is not a health problem. It is a health problem once you get there. But most of the time, it is not a health problem. It's a hand and mouth problem. And what you're eating and drinking, what you're consuming, how much you're consuming. I know people that can go in and spend just a couple, 2 people that can go in and spend $60 at freaking Taco Bell. $60, me and my wife could eat at Taco Bell for a month. These monster drinks, you think's giving you energy. The Cokes, the coffees. I don't drink none of that stuff anymore, folks. I gave it up. That stuff puts weight on you, folks. If you don't understand that, eating sugared cereals in the mornings and cakes and shit in the mornings, and then at lunchtime having cookies, and I don't care what you're eating. You start piling on that much sugar into your body, folks, it's going to load up. You can't be doing that. And that is a mental thing, or it's a learned thing. And you look at a lot of these people that are overweight. They're not just a little, folks. A lot. And then you look at their kids. And their kids are at 5 years old. They're already, for their height, 100 pounds overweight. It's ridiculous. And that is a lifestyle. That is what you do to yourself, what you do to your kids. That is not something that, it's just the way it is. It's some people are big people, some people are skinny people, some people are... No, folks. If you control what you're putting down your gullet, you can control what size you're going to be. And there's many large, they were extra large people that had heart attacks and dropped that weight, got that weight off, and they don't have that weight on them no more. A lot of people. So if that was the word fat, if that was the word that aggravated you, I'm sorry, move on. I don't do lists of words that I'm allowed to use. They force a couple on me, but I got plenty of channels, even if they shut them down. So I still slip them in from time to time. But there's a difference between telling you the truth and not saying something because it's going to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, folks, but reality hurts your feelings. The truth can hurt your feelings. That's why they don't want you to know it. You'd figure out how crazy you are for listening to them. God loves you, folks. I love you as well. I hope you know that. You need to find Jesus' path. If you find Jesus' path, you're not going to worry about me calling you. If saying something about somebody being fat, not even naming names, and then you getting personally hurt by it because I've used a word that is not a pronoun or a noun or whatever that you guys don't want me to use today. Well, I don't live for your society. It's not my society. And if it hurts your feelings because I point out what your society has become, then you don't want this channel at all, because that's what I'm going to do. Whether I love you or not, suggest you find Jesus' path. That's all that matters. If words are killing you right now, stay indoors. Turn off everything that has any words coming out of it. Just listen to sounds. And hopefully you don't find any sounds that hurt your feelings. But I'm sure you will. Shit. Till next time, folks.